Switzerland is taking steps to update its network of aging nuclear shelters, which are increasingly seen as an asset at a time of greater global uncertainty.
네, 스위스가 노후화한 핵 공격 대피소를 현대화하는 작업에 착수했습니다. 이들 핵 대피소는 불확실성이 커지고 있는 최근 세계 정세에서 갈수록 중요한 자산으로 여겨지고 있는 상황입니다. So we're talking about bunkers.
Yeah, we all know Switzerland is known to be a neutral country, right? In addition to their watches and cheeses and chocolates, I believe. But in 1963, Switzerland actually passed a law requiring all residents in Switzerland to be guaranteed a spot in a bunker.
Is that right?
Yeah, to protect them from bombs or nuclear radiation. I imagine in the 1960s, this whole nuclear scare was still, clearly in the minds of many people at the time.
Still quite raw at the time.
Right, exactly. World War II had just ended. So what the government is doing is they're planning to upgrade all their old structures by investing $250 million, a quarter of $1 billion, to quote, in the resilience in the event of armed conflict. So,
but Switzerland has actually not participated in any wars for hundreds of years now.
Right.
Right?
I believe the late 19th century was when Switzerland was occupied by France. The late 18th century, excuse me.
Right.
It suffered aerial bombings in World War II as well. So it did suffer. They remain neutral politically,
right.
But they're not immune from any sort of violence.
But the reason I say that is because I imagine the bunkers would not be in the best state because they haven't really been used.
Exactly, and that's why they're upgrading them. They're renovating. They're getting a little renovation to their bunkers. So every resident, it's amazing. Every resident of Switzerland is they have private shelters. So the majority of Swiss people have private shelters, and those that don't rely on community bunkers. So, and that includes not just citizens, but also foreigners and refugees. So residents are all guaranteed this spot
really
in a bunker. And of course, the recent geopolitical sort of situations with the events in Ukraine, the Middle East, I imagine that's why lawmakers there are doing this.
1963년도에 스위스에서는요, 모든 국민에게 벙커 자리를 보장한다라는 법이 통과됐다고 합니다. 그만큼 이 지하에 있는 거 맞죠? 네, 그 지하 벙커가 상당히 많다라는 거 우리가 짐작을 할 수 있는데 다만 그동안에 쓸 일이 없었기 때문에 업그레이드가 좀 필요하겠죠. 그걸 이제 하겠다는 겁니다. 그리고 이게 굉장히 중요한 자산이다.
Right.
이런 얘기도 하고 있는데 First of all, let's look at taking steps.
Yeah, so Switzerland is taking steps to do this. So they haven't finalized it.
No.
It means they're taking action to achieve this sort of goal, one step at a time. So when you take steps to do something, you're taking measures or you're taking the initiative to accomplish an objective.
That's right. 어떤 조치를 취하다. 한 발자국 한 발자국 앞으로 나아가는 거니까요. 영어로는 take steps. And these bunkers, or as it says here, nuclear shelters, they are seen as an asset.
Right. So an asset, if you're an accountant, you'll know that it's an item on your balance sheet that shows the book value of all your property owned and your cash, all that are your assets. But if something is seen as an asset, it's something that's considered useful or valuable. It has a positive effect. So it's an advantage. So to have these bunkers, they're seen as an asset, especially at a time of great uncertainty in the world.
You're reminding me of my accounting 101 days.
Yeah. Assets equals liabilities plus?
I don't remember.
Shareholder equity.
There you go.
Yes, come on.
How come you remember this?
Well, I was a business major,
Yeah,
so
well,
accounting 101. Yes.
Yes, exactly. 자, asset라는 건 자산이란 뜻이죠. 지금 얘기했던 accounting 101. 보통 이제 외국에서 101이 수강 과목 뒤에 붙으면은 그 개론, 입문 이런 뜻이에요. 그래가지고 뭐
Beginner's course.
회계학 뭐 입문 이런 수업에서 assets equals liability plus shareholders equities 있나요? 네, 뭐 그런 게 있었던 것 같아요. 저도 어렴풋이 기억이 나는데 자 거기 나오는 단어 asset, A-S-S-E-T 자산입니다. 자산으로 여겨지는 것. Something is seen as an asset.
Right. Like EBS has you as an asset as a DJ here, right?
Thank you. Well, all of us here.
Because you are valuable, you know.
You,
You're
our producer,
useful.
our engineer, our engineer, our writer, our assistant director.
We're just
everyone.
byproducts of you, Sue.
Stop it.
You're the captain of the ship.
Let's move on. 왜 그러세요? 자, asset라는 것은 이제 자산이라는 의미가 되겠고 그렇게 보여진다, 여겨진다. Something is seen as. 이렇습니다. 자, 다시 한번. 제가 읽어보겠습니다. Switzerland is taking steps to update its network of aging nuclear shelters, which are increasingly seen as an asset at a time of greater global uncertainty. 스펠링 얘기도 하나만 덧붙이자면
Yes.
aging.
I was going to mention that.
그래요.
Thank you for bringing that up.
영연방 국가에서 이렇게
Yeah.
쓰는데요. 미국에서는 이 안 들어가죠?
Yeah, clearly this is from a British publication.
그렇습니다.
Yeah.
네. 그리고 이제 또 스위스라고 우리 하지만 영어로는 Switzerland.
Yeah, so the land is not emphasized. And this will come up later in a different headline, but it's Switzerland.
맞습니다.